During this Virtual McArt lesson, I'm going to be showing you how to create these really fun little wax resist designs. Now, for these creations, you are going to need a sheet of watercolor paper, or you could use cardstock, something a little bit thicker that can hold water. I am using a pink pencil color to sketch my design. I have a white oil pastel. You could also use a normal wax crayon for this. I've got 2 pots of water, my watercolor set, a paintbrush, and a paper towel. Now, to begin our beautiful heart creations, what I am going to do is lightly sketch my design in pink first. Now, you don't have to do this. If you're feeling brave, you can go straight into yours with white oil pastel. I'm going to sketch very lightly in pink so you can see the design that I'm doing. Now, mine is going to be based around a large, funky looking heart. So here we go, lightly. I'm going to do kind of a nice wispy looking heart shape here. Have a play around with yours and come up with whatever design you want. There we go. That is the main heart shape of mine. Now I want to have like some nice whimsical looking curls around the outside, almost floral looking. So I'm going to have like a stem coming in, and that's going to twirl. And rather than doing flowers at the end, I'm going to do, you guessed it, some cute little love hearts. So one there. I'm going to do one over here. Work with what you have. You might be working to a different size paper. Fit in whatever you can. Have a play around. Try a different design. And I'm going to do one more that goes over. Another love heart there. Oh, I like that. Lovely. And then I'm going to do, let's see, a little curl that comes up from below. And I'm going to turn that into a little heart too at the end. I think I'm going to add some little leaves on mine as well. I'm pressing very lightly. Let's do a couple leaves here too. There we go. Very nice. And then I'm going to do one coming in over here. You don't even have to do love hearts if you don't want to. You can do whatever kind of a design you like for yours. There we go. And then lastly, I think coming up from the bottom here, I'm going to do a large one that goes around with one heart shape here that splits off, and a couple more little leaves there. There we go. Now, I want to have a message on my heart. I'm going to do something very simple. I'm going to do I love you. Not even doing fancy handwriting. Very simple. L-O-V-E and then you. You can do whatever you want for yours. If it's going to be a special message for someone, or you could leave it blank. Whatever you would like to do. Now what I'm going to do is use my white oil pastel now to go around the lines. Now I'm going to try and keep my oil pastel just in front of the of the pink line, so it doesn't blend in too much. And I'm going to color in the leaves so they're all white. And my little love hearts, I'm going to do the same thing and color them in so they are all white. It's a little tricky to do because you can't see the white, so be very thorough with it. Make sure you filled in all of your gaps. Let's go around all of our lines and fill everything in with the white oil pastel. There we go. And now I'm just gonna add a couple little white spots in a few areas as well, just because I think it will look fun. Again, you do not have to do this. Play around with your design and come up with whatever you think would look fun. Couple dots there and just a few going down the sides. This is a really fun piece of art where you could hide messages in here. Write people's names or put something special. Okay, now we have our design down. We have the fun bit, adding our color. You can do whatever color combinations you would like. I'm gonna keep mine kind of girly. So I've got 2 pots of water here. I've got my cleaning water and my rinsing water. So what I'm gonna do is start with a nice bright pink. Now I'm using a dried pan set, so I've got to activate the color first by sloshing water over the top, loosening up the color. There we go. Now what I'm going to do is start gliding over my design, and you'll see straight away the white areas show through, and I'm left with a really cool looking design. There we go. And I'm using my rinsing water here to get the excess off. And then again, just sloshing the color over. Don't think about it too much. Beautiful. Now, whilst the paint's still wet, you can go back in and add darker areas like this. Now, the wax is going to work as like a barrier, stopping my color from going any further. So I'm going to use some purple here as well. When I add some purple to my heart, just gently tickling the surface, it's going to start to expand out in the water and give me a really fun blend. Wonderful. Now continue this all over your masterpiece. Play with the colors, try adding different ones. Perhaps you want to do shades of blue and green for yours. You can do whatever you want. Don't think about it too much. And because we've already put that waxy surface down, we don't need to think about being careful around our design. Just slosh the color over and the watercolor will repel the oil and slide off the top of it. So just have fun playing with your colors, put them wherever you want. But remember, the more water you add, the more of a beautiful tie-dye look you will get. So don't be afraid to dribble some water over the top like this. And you can see how the color is starting to get pushed out to the sides. It's going to create some really fun patterns going through there. Have a play around and see what you can come up with. I'm going to add this paint over the rest of my design. There we go. And then to finish mine off, what I'm gonna do is just a couple fun little splatters over the top. So I'm mixing my pink and purple together, really watery, and then I'm gonna just gently tap my brush. And there we go. My little love heart design is done. Now you can carry on working into yours, but the watercolor is not done until it is dried. So what's going to happen is the watercolor is going to continue to spread about and blur into one another, all the different colors that you've added. And as it dries, you're going to get beautiful tie-dye patterns appear. Now you can go a step further and sprinkle some salt on here, and that will help to create a beautiful crystal pattern. There's lots of wonderful watercolor techniques that you can use. I'm keeping mine very simple with a wax resist design. Now what's lovely about watercolors is as soon as it's dried, you can either work into it with more watercolor or even work some pencil color over the top if you would like to do some more design work into it. Whatever you choose to do, remember the most important thing is that you have fun. Now, I would absolutely love to see your designs and creations. So if you've had a go at this lesson, please share your masterpiece in the comments of this video on Facebook or YouTube, or you can even upload it to the student portal in Virtual McArt.